So I gave a survey, and some of the surveys said they're trying to think of ways in order to engage the students, especially with behavior issues. So one software that I created and I researched was Quizzes Live. So basically, Quizzes Live can be created on your phones or it can be on your laptops. Usually, I do my Quizzes Live on the go. I'm going to show you how to create a quiz, and I'm going to show you how to share a quiz from anyone around the world that also uses this software. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to create a profile. So my profile is already created in the corner. NT Green 1995. It's specifically for you. The school district does not look at it. It has no way of searching your results. It's basically for you and assess yourself to see how do you move with your students. So the first thing I want to teach you is how to create a quiz. So at the top, it's going to have the logo, how to create a quiz. You create the quiz, whatever name you choose. So I'm just going to say equations, since that's what I teach. With the equations, it's going to ask you your language. Some people have ESOL students to make it easier. Usually I can make a separate quiz for them so that they can have the code and they can go in also. So once you're there, you do that, you press save. Once you have it, you can either create your own question or you can search from a word bank. With the word bank, all you have to do is type in a topic. So I'm going to say two-step equations. All right, so you have a whole array of two-step equations. With this, you need to pay attention to what grade level they say the questions are. Most of the time, I'm going to look for 7th grade because I teach 7th grade. Sometimes I go a level higher to see if they can apply their knowledge based on what I taught them. So I'm just going to click on this one that says 7th through 9th. And once you click on the question, it's going to ask you to add it. So it's going to immediately go back to the template that you had in the beginning. So I'm just going to add one question. All right, so the question immediately shows up on the Quizzes Live. So if you want to finish the quiz, you go in the corner, you press finish quiz. It's going to ask you for a grade level. And most of the time, I just keep it 7 to 7. I don't really do a wide range of it. It's going to ask you to choose relevant topics. So I'm just going to choose mathematics, and then I'm going to choose algebra because it's associated with variables. All right, so once you do that, it's going to ask you, do you want to share with teachers? Sometimes you can find a teacher that's near you that use Quizzes Live, or sometimes it'll have random people up there. I usually don't even go through that step. I just kind of skip through it. Because if they want to find your quiz, all they have to do is type in the subject and it'll pop up. So once your question is up, they're going to ask you to play a live game. Now when you press live game, that means that you're going to immediately see the results from your kids. You're going to see what questions they answer right, which answers they answer incorrectly, and then it's also going to give a class average at the top. And I'm going to kind of give you like maybe 2 or 3 minutes to play with it yourself. So once you press that, you press proceed, and then it's going to show a game code. Your kids will come accustomed to using it because it's going to ask them to enter this website, which most of them probably know or have been exposed in elementary or in primary school with Quizzes Live. They enter the game code, and then their name will pop up here. Once their name pop up, you can press start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow us to kind of play with it, and you can use it on your cell phone just so you can see how easy it is to access it. So what I'm going to do is go back to my account. I'm just going to choose one of my quizzes that I usually do for my kids, just a multi-step equation. We're going to do a live game. So on your devices, you can go to just join.quizzes.com, and I'll give you like maybe a minute or 2 to do so. Once you're on that site, it's going to ask you for the game code, and you just enter in the game code. And as soon as you put your name in, it'll immediately show at the bottom. So if you go to the main website, sometimes I have to tell my kids just go to the corner and press join the game and just enter in the game code. So usually it'll pop up like Mr. Keno name did. You just go to join the game. Alright, so once you're in, you know, you can just press start, and sometimes kids move at different paces than others. Even if you press start, the kids that, you know, move at a slower pace will be able to get in while the others are going ahead and start, just to kill class time and kill that time that behavior starts to get bad. So once you get the quiz, you just kind of take it, answer the questions. You don't have to answer them correctly, because I know I'm the math teacher, but I just want you to see how it displays on the screen as soon as a child answers. So Ms. Thomas answered the question. Of course, she got it wrong. So once you get it wrong, it's going to display a red bar. That red bar tells you that whatever question they encountered, they got incorrectly. So once they got like for example, Mr. Jarman, he got his correct. So the green will show. So it's constantly a battle for class accuracy, and a lot of kids create a competition with others because they can actually see it. Sometimes I just kind of maximize it to, you know, have some privacy with the other kids, especially the ones that struggle. And then sometimes I create a competition. So once they usually finish with their quizzes, I'll just have the top 5, and maybe I have the top 5 and they'll get a prize for it. But it's a way to engage the students, it's a way to test your knowledge, and it's a way to assess yourself. So hopefully you all enjoyed just kind of exploring quizzes like